my gosh, my back. It's killing me. Ah. All right, so today I wanted to talk about listening to the whispers. So I had a friend that called me this morning and we were having a conversation about everything going on, I guess, in our lives, you know, catching up and whatnot. And I had mentioned that I was feeling a whisper. So what I want to talk about regarding whisper is what am I talking about? What is a whisper? So whisper is an interest, inclination, something that is subtle that you feel like, oh, maybe I would be interested in this, or maybe I feel inclined to make a video, or I should talk live, or, you know, I should do something, right? So I thought it was kind of funny that we both had this same whisper where we felt like I need to put myself in front of the camera more. I need to show up more. And I've been kind of in this mode pretty much all my life where I want so much privacy and I want to hide, essentially. Like, I'm hiding. I don't want to put my face out there. I don't want to talk for, you know, many different reasons, insecurities. I don't have the equipment, or, you know, you can come up with so many different excuses to ignore the whispers that the universe is sending you. And, you know, how to take action to overcome your insecurities so that you actually move towards the things that could help you grow and, you know, help you to evolve. So I made some notes. I wrote down part of the reason why we don't follow our whisper, the whisper, is stepping out of our comfort zone, stepping into the unknown. You can't really predict how things are going to go. You can't predict, you know, like, I'm going to put all this time and money into this thing if it's not going to succeed. I mean, that goes right back into all the excuses, right? So it's like, how can I follow this whisper? How can I step out of my comfort zone and just take it and see what happens? I don't need a ton of equipment. You know, I have a phone. I bought a mic, and it cost me like nothing. So, you know, I already have a tripod. I already have a stand. You know, what materials and equipment do I already have in order to just get started? Because I think it's really easy to make up all these excuses that, you know, I don't have the equipment, or I don't have this, or I don't have the lighting, or yada yada, you know. So just jot down like some notes, have bullet points, and talk and edit it and post it and just do it. So my second bullet point is that taking action, like noticing all the ways that you postponed taking action. And at least for me, what holds me back a lot in doing things is the fear of making the wrong decision. And so you end up just freezing and doing nothing. I mean, I feel like I've been kind of stuck in that mode for a couple years now, where it's like you're really holding yourself back by not making any decisions, instead of just making decisions that, you know, they might not work out, you might fuck up, or they might turn out, or they just, you know, they might lead you to something new or something different. But you're not going to get anywhere if you just end up freezing and thinking that things are going to come to you without you doing anything. And then, yeah, so allowing for mistakes. Like everyone is going to make mistakes. And I think it's that fear of looking stupid or the fear of being like a newbie at something. I remember when I first got my motorcycle, I thought like, oh, I don't want to look like a noob. So you watch all these videos on YouTube like how not to look like a noob. And then after a while of riding my motorcycle, I thought, I don't give a shit if I look like a noob or not. Like, however, I decide to back my motorcycle up into a parking spot um, is personal preference. And if I feel like tiptoeing it backwards and not getting off the bike and backing it up like a pro, then like I just think it's ridiculous that we get so stuck in these stereotypes of how things are supposed to look, and it's supposed to be professional, and you've got to have the best equipment, and you've got to look like you know what you're doing, fake it till you make it. But if you put all these roadblocks in your way because you're afraid of looking like a newbie or looking stupid, then you just never start anything. There's another story I have about that. It's like when you're in this point in your life where you want to start something new. Like when I first moved here to Utah, I didn't know anybody. I walked into the school that I was going to attend, which was an art atelier, and I was so intimidated walking through there, seeing all the student work on the walls and how good it was. And I had this thought in my mind that was just like, oh man, I'm not that great, or I can't imagine making this artwork. I just had all these, like a flood of insecurities that came in my mind that could have easily stopped me from going to school and learning. But I didn't let that stop me. It was like immediately after thinking like all these insecurities, I thought to myself, well, they were in the same shoes, the same position I am right now at some point where they walked in this school and probably thought the same things. But I'm not alone in these insecurities. I'm not the only one that was a newbie. I'm not the only one that just started something and felt clueless and insecure. And they all had the same starting point, and they got better. And the work on the walls is the proof is in the pudding. So you just have to start, and you have to just tough it out, looking stupid and being a newbie, and see where it fucking takes you. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. And this is a video of me trying something new and not really, I wouldn't say not really caring, but this is me getting over that fear of looking stupid and just doing it and putting it out there in the world and seeing what happens. So yeah, see you next time.